Creep.5. Hello all. To put this into context, I'm a 22-year-old female and was 21 at the time. This happened back last summer when I was a cashier at an old country store that has a restaurant and a rustic candy, clothing, and a decor shop attached to it. It was a rather conservative business, and I was dressed in a long-sleeve button-up with a brown apron over the top that read my name. I hated the uniform. Button-up tops make it look extremely busty as I'm short and chubby, so at least the apron helped with hiding that. I didn't wear makeup to work, mostly out of laziness, so in my opinion, I thought I looked like garbage while I was working there. On this particular day, I was closing cashier. Most customers had finished eating and paid, only a few remained in the dining area. I was reading on my phone, probably this sub or something else, when a man approached my till. He was Middle Eastern, had a very thick accent, and was balding slightly. I greeted him enthusiastically, as I always do, and he took this as an invitation. He took my hand and kissed it very sloppily. There was still spit left over my knuckles after I snapped my hand back. I was completely caught off guard. No one had ever reached over the counter to touch me before, so that's why I initially let him take my hand. I laughed nervously and tried to move on. Took his bill and scanned it. "You are beautiful. The most beautiful woman I've ever seen." I smiled and thanked him, trying to avoid his eye contact and give him any reason to continue. I was trained to be very welcoming and kind on my shift, so I was really thrown off by the behavior, and I was trying to keep my warm, welcoming persona. I told him his amount, and he handed me the credit card. "I'm here from Jerusalem. I'm staying at the hotel next door." I smiled and told him that I'd love to visit Jerusalem one day, as my mom did before 9/11 happened, and she convinced me to travel there someday because it's so breathtaking. "I can take you with me. I'd make you my wife." I laughed nervously again, with huge knots forming in my stomach, and desperately wanted him to leave. I handed him his card back and his receipt. "No thank you, have a great night." I hoped he would just let it go, but he didn't. "Maybe I'll just stay here in the United States since you are here." I don't even remember what I responded with. I was so nervous and scared. I wanted to call a manager up front, but the only way we can do that is with the walkie-talkie, and they never come up when asked. Ever. Plus, the man can obviously hear what I'm saying, so it's not like I could tell them that some creep is being weird. I'm also not allowed to leave my post, as I'm the only cashier and can't leave the registers unattended. The man tried to grab my hand again and gave me a smile that made my skin crawl. When I moved my hand, he chuckled and made this gross moaning, groaning sound that was sexual in nature. I looked away and started working on counting the registers to look busy, even though we wouldn't close for another half an hour. "I'll see you later." He winked and finally left. As soon as he did leave, I called for manager Chance. Chance was a gay man who was very stubborn and always looked busy. He was irritated when I asked him to come up, but I begged him and he finally did. I told him what had happened, and he totally blew me off. "You probably were just misunderstood. He is foreign after all." "No, I feel like he was preying on me. I'm very uncomfortable and would like you to walk me to my car tonight," I demanded. Chance reluctantly agreed and went back to the kitchen. Behind the kitchen, through the windows. The night cleanup crew started to trickle in, and I was pretty good friends with one of the women. I called her over, and when she walked through the doors, I told her what had happened. Her face went pale, and she said that a man matching that description was hanging out in the employee parking lot, smoking cigarettes and sitting on the curb by my car. My heart nearly fell out of my butt. I was so scared, and was afraid that Chance wouldn't be much help in getting me to my car safely. I radioed him and said he should check the parking lot. He did, and he told me that nobody was there. The cleaning lady was adamant about what she saw, and kept me company until I had to leave. Chance did walk me to the car, but was a huge jerk about it, like I was asking him to run a marathon for me. I got home safely, and I never saw the dude again. I left that place for unrelated reasons the following autumn. I'm glad I never have to see him again, but I'll never forget how he made me feel. I wish I had just let him have it, but since I was in my happy, excellent customer service mode, I just went blank. I hope that I never see that dude again, which is, of course, highly unlikely anyways.